Before a retriever ever learns blind retrieves, hand signals, casting drills, or advanced handling, they first have to learn how to confidently go back. The pile itself isn't the goal. The goal is building a dog that understands momentum, confidence, trust, and going where you send them. Now, in this video, Indy is about 5 months of age. He's an American Labrador Retriever, and we are working on early pile development. A pile is simply multiple bumpers placed in one location so the dog can repeatedly run back to that same spot, pick up the bumper, and return to the handler. It becomes a memory pile. This is some of the early foundation work that eventually leads into T-patterns, casting drills, handling work, and blind retrieves later on. One reason I like to introduce young dogs to pile work fairly early, if they are mentally mature enough and naturally retrieving well, is because sometimes teaching a dog to confidently go back can actually be harder than teaching overs later on because they have to basically turn direction 180 degrees instead of 90. So I want a dog to understand from the very beginning that when I send you back, there's going to be something there. Now that starts building trust. Now every dog is different. Some puppies mature faster than others. But if a puppy is naturally delivering well, delivering to hand well, that is, showing confidence, showing desire, and staying mentally engaged, I'll sometimes begin introducing this kind of work around 4.5 to 5 months of age. The key is to keeping everything positive and keeping pressure low. At this stage, I want enthusiasm. I also want momentum, and I really want them to be confident in what we're doing. One thing pile work helps establish is straight lines. Now, perfection isn't the goal right now, but a dog needs to learn how to carry momentum through terrain and go where you send them. They also have to learn to carry through that cover sometimes. Now, later in life, if you're hunting and a bird goes down and the dog didn't actually see it fall, you may have to cast and handle that dog into the general area for recovery. That's where blind retrieve work comes in. And the less handling, whistles, and verbal correction you need during an actual hunt, usually the smoother and more efficient the recoveries become. And you also don't disturb the hunt. This is all the foundational work preparing the dog for later on. The pile work itself is simply the beginning of that journey. One of the biggest mistakes people make with young dogs is overtraining, overworking, and applying way too much pressure too early. Now, you can kill desire in driving a puppy by applying too much pressure early on. Some dogs never fully recover from that mentally. So I try to keep these sessions short, upbeat, and successful. I want the dog excited to work. I want them driving hard, and I want them enjoying what they're doing. If I see the puppy mentally fading, physically slowing down, or losing enthusiasm, it's time to stop. Love them up, pet them up, put them away, and come back another day. You always want to end on success whenever possible. At this age, confidence matters far more than perfection. Good retrievers aren't built in one day. They're built through repetition, consistency, confidence, and strong fundamentals over time. Everything builds on top of something else. Today, it's simple pile work. Later, it becomes casting drills, overs, backs, T-patterns, handling through cover, water work, blind retrieves, and recovering game efficiently in real hunting situations. The pile itself isn't the goal. Remember that. The bigger picture is building a confident hunting dog that trusts you and carries momentum and is willingly goes where you send them. And that foundation starts right here. I want to thank you for watching. If you have any questions or have any comments, please add them below. Thank you, and you have a blessed day.